Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Arzen.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Frieren episode 15. Smells like trouble. What happened last time?
What happened last time? Oh, it was Fern's birthday, and then Stark got her that bracelet, and we had a flashback to Frieren getting proposed to and just not even noticing at all.
Fumbled the bag.
Yep. Big
time. How do you get proposed to and then just leave your fiance for like 50 years? It was like an eternal ring. She was like, oh, eternal engagement. An internal ring?
An eternal ring. Why are you doing that face?
Leave a like and subscribe. Let's go. Uncuts for all the episodes that are not on YouTube are still on Patreon, so you can go watch them there. Okay. Smells like trouble. Doesn't look like trouble. Looks like a fun afternoon.
Good one.
Thanks. Thanks, internal ring. Make fun of me again, I dare you.
Can't believe Fern's only been with her for 4 years. It seems like 10.
Yeah, I thought so. Do those teeth not hurt her at all?
I guess so. Maybe she's wearing like crazy armor underneath. A name. Oh.
I wonder if we'll get one.
Maybe there'll be an older lady there.
This is an ominous town.
Are those sleeping?
I don't know why we're remarking on the smell, because this looks like trouble.
They're like something in the air making them all go to sleep, maybe.
The animals are all awake.
Let's head to the next village.
I've seen enough. Let's move. I'm an elf. Oh.
Unusual. Well,
all right. Cool. But what if you kill the monster and then the curse is permanent?
Uh-oh. Stark got cursed. Now maybe you might have trouble defeating this demon. I mean, still probably not, but... Yikes. Poor Stark.
I wonder why him?
Because he has no magic.
Did they say that and I missed that?
No, oh.
He's gonna be asleep too. Oh.
No. He's fine because he's a priest. And Frieren is okay, I think, just because she's super powerful.
This is bad. This is getting worse.
What if Frieren falls asleep?
She's falling asleep. Fuck.
Uh-oh.
Shit. What's the monster gonna be? Is he gonna be like some kind of Oni, like Japanese demon? This forest is creepy as hell. Oh my god. Thank god none of the female characters were involved in this fight.
What evil thing.
Oh, to release like a... It's kind of like fungus. A mirror.
Whoa.
Did like a guiding bolt and it just bounced off of it.
It's like almost like metal looking.
Yeah.
That's also true.
Yeah, if she wakes up and instantly casts like a crazy spell because she knows that she's gonna go back to sleep, it would just obliterate them.
The music right now is so good.
Yeah. You don't believe? Do it.
She's just resting up.
Oh, right through the top. She knew instantly.
Damn.
This is the lesson of today. You trust Frieren. That's your lesson. That was fucking sick.
That was.
Here's an One-san for you. Another one of those little roadside shrine things.
Mm.
Just like with Hyder.
Mm-hmm.
That was cute.
He's just been like talking about it for so long. Uh-oh. They're gonna have to do some quests.
Oh. Is that his dad?
Or his brother? Or someone that he's related to? Excuse me? Excuse me? Frieren's like, how much money will you give him? What?
Have you not noticed the resemblance with this guy? Are they not related at all? They just look really similar?
Yes. They're all our money. You idiot.
What's it gonna be? That's what I was... Yeah! Does he want him to be his heir? Looks a lot like Stark.
Mm-hmm. Oh, are they making him like
a decoy?
Yeah.
What?
Oh. What? Then what's the point of?
He's got to stay there because it shows strength in their family. Are we actually gonna do this?
Pretty good deal.
It'll be good for you. You'll learn how to dance, learn how to etiquette, learn how to be a gentleman. I bet Fern is gonna be like, God damn, he cleans up good. I get to just hang out on the Lord's dime for the next 3 months and then get paid a shitload of money just to go to a party? That sounds pretty good. I'm sure there's nothing else going on. Is he just exhausted?
Yeah. It's hard work to be fancy.
Take me away from here. It's like when Shirogane got some sleep that one time.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, I don't like it.
Wouldn't it be super weird to have, like...
Your son's doppelganger?
Yeah.
It's because he's grieving, if you couldn't tell. Unless he killed his son.
His
other son. I was just thinking that. It's exactly like... And he's also missing an eye like his dad. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a weird coincidence. And the same eye. You're just sitting there eating donuts all day.
Yeah, you're gonna be there. She's gonna be his date now. Thought she was just gonna get to pig out all day.
All the maids. This is what a good excuse to have them all dressed up and in a different situation.
He looks so weird with his hair like that.
You're just loving this so much. Nobody's questioning, like, who is that weird girl?
Yeah.
Like,
How did they question? He's the prince. Of course, she's some noble from another neighboring town. I don't know. Whoa.
Look at her hair.
New hairstyle. Go find some older woman to dance with.
Is he just weeping?
Tip your hair.
Looks exactly like his dad. What if I want to stay?
I like how Frieren gets the reward. Not even give Stark the reward.
Yeah, that's why he's really doing this.
お前の父親の代わりではない。帰る場所なんてないのだろう。この戦士の村は魔族に滅ぼされた。それくらいは知っている。息子とは喧嘩別れだったことでの言い争いだ。お前の顔なんて二度と見たくないと、そう言ってしまった。ない言葉だった。お前を見つけた時奇跡だと思ったんだ。
ならなおさらここには残れねえ。にもない言葉を言っちまったんだ。育ての親にさ、話をたっぷりと持って帰らねえとダメなんだ。
そうか。
That's sad.
They should have let her like look the whole time so she.
Please hurry up, he says.
He's so old.
かかりそうだってよ。どうした？
いや、後継ぎには困らなそうだ。
Oh, that's it? Damn. What a good episode.
It was so nice.
What a good episode. Classic double feature. Classic Frieren double feature. We got two great stories.
In one. It's so good. I loved it. I love that first one where it's all about like, you know, trusting Frieren and, you know, that she's kind of a badass.
Yeah. We got Zane's fucking big battle scene. Like every time somebody gets introduced, one of the party they get a fight, a chance to kind of prove themselves to the audience that they're not just a pushover or what they kind of are capable of. Got a chance to shine, saving the people from the curse, determining the root of it and where to find the thing. So he's very useful. So that makes us like him even more.
A little bit more into the fact that like holy magic and like, arcane magic, I guess, are very different. And that, like, if you're using the magic of the goddess, you don't even really know, like, what the deal, like, it's not a science thing, it's just, like, this is the thing.
Yeah, it's faith, so, like, I think kind of the idea is, in D&D, it's, like, there's sorcerers and wizards, but they're both arcane, and then there's divine magic, which is, like, I mean, depending on your interpretation of everything, then it's, like, clerics and druids and fucking all that shit. But in this, it's kind of like the difference between a wizard and a sorcerer, where like a sorcerer is kind of like what Frieren is, where they learn a spell and then they sort of have it in their brain and they cast from themselves and they carry a staff. Whereas a wizard has a book full of spells and they need the book to cast the spells because they read out the shit. But in this case, it's like they don't even memorize sort of or understand quite how it works, as far as I'm aware. Like they don't. They
like, have like the book, but
they like read it out or whatever. I think that's the idea. In reality, he's like holding the book and then he says something and then something happens. So it's basically the same thing, except instead of a staff, he has a book. He's not even looking at the book. He's not reading out of the book. He's just saying the words. Maybe he's special and he memorizes everything.
Imbued with the power of the goddess.
Yeah, but I think the idea is that you say the words and then the goddess like casts the spell from you, sort of thing. And he finally got to see this lady, this slightly older, 35-year-old lady, very pretty lady, and everybody's watching. Very weird.
And then this whole thing,
I loved this.
I love that the guy was like looked the same as his dad did, and then also had like the other son, but it was basically just like if his dad had been a good, nice guy.
I would have liked to have more time spent on this, honestly. It felt a little bit rushed. I would have liked this to be the whole episode. Yeah. And because I would have liked to see a more interaction in the family dynamic and more of like a struggle with it. I'm glad so on one hand, I'm always a less is more type person. So like I don't usually ask for like, let's wallow in this sort of sentimental emotion for longer. But also I feel like let's what would have made this better. I don't usually say this is like I normally disagree with the idea like, what would have made this scene better is what if we just hung around and
stayed with these guys,
wallowed in this and was able to just sort of selfishly experience this at the expense of the the overall narrative. But we got what we needed to out of Stark's character and everything. I would have liked to see him like and maybe it's better that it's implied like how he sees himself in the younger son. And but I don't know. It's just maybe we don't need any more.
Yeah.
I don't think we need any more. It did what it needed to do, but I would have liked more. And
it was nice.
Yeah.
I agree, but I think it was fine. I don't think that anything was missing, but it was nice and like an interesting thing to explore. We also got more of Fern and Stark's relationship in both sections, like when they woke up, like sleeping against each other, and then also in this, obviously with like
they're really setting
dancing.
up.
I know, I like
the
it.
romance.
I really like.
I think it fits
I like it
a
because
lot.
I feel like they're doing it like it's like natural, but also they're explicitly like showing that they're interested in each other instead of just like, oh, we're gonna make it super ambiguous and everyone's gonna ship these characters, but we're never gonna like confirm how anyone feels. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just like nice and kind of sweet and wholesome.
It might be set up for some kind of tragedy, because usually that's what happens when they're a little bit more overt.
Or maybe it won't be, and it'll be because like Frieren and him will kind of missed that chance, but the whole thing is like it's not too late for Fern and Stark.
Yeah. I think that it's just, usually when it's more overt, there's like something that they're setting up for rather than just for the characters to be very cute together and dancing in the ballroom. I don't know who gave her a white gown. That's a bit I don't know.
Maybe so that she stands out, like how he's wearing like the super bright red thing. Mm-hmm.
This is nice.
Mm-hmm. Very cute.
I like how she kind of got into it. It seemed like she was a little bit apprehensive before. They're just so cute together.
Very sweet. And I like Frieren's hairstyle with it
the whole updo. Mm-hmm. Like super beautiful.
Eats like an entire cake to herself.
I love the whole time her and Fern are just sitting there stuffing their faces on sweets because they talked about it when they were just traveling alone. It's just like, they kind of never get to have stuff like that, and so when they get to town, it's kind of a splurge. Mm-hmm. So then, while they can, they just do nothing. Like every scene, it's like the first scene they sit down.
Until Fern gets taken away, and then they're like, no to the donuts. Yeah.
I thought they were. I guess they're saying no to that. I thought it was like the way she grabbed it or something. But the whole idea of like the ladies aren't supposed to eat that because it's. The
ladies aren't supposed to eat an entire plate full of donuts.
Yeah, in the first little powwow scene, there was nothing. And then the next time, wherever it was, there was more. I forget where it was. I guess it cut to the... I thought there was more of a build, but no. Then there's all this, and they're just so happy. But Frieren kind of isn't partaking. She's still being, like, kind of proper. Fern is, like, loving the sweets because she loves the sweets. Mm-hmm. And then the next time, there's just, like, a bowl of donuts. I love why are there so many donuts? Like...
Fern literally
Where are donuts from? What country are donuts from? Because like Danishes are from Denmark.
I don't know.
It's a Danish pastry. And I figured that's kind of where they were going with this because he's like part of the warrior family. What does Klee mean? Because I think of Klee from Genshin. I didn't know it was the Klee region. But it is just also interesting. One thing about their lineage, it's very interesting. You can see the kind of the divergent but still like holding on to like their family tradition. It seems like his ancestor broke off from them, or retired or left the village and then went and founded this because they're obviously really strong and powerful warriors, and they keep that tradition by like training their children in the same sort of style. And I love how they say that by just them training in the yard, and how the whole setup is very similar to obviously how he grew up. But the way that he's training, and then it's not as big of a deal anymore.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, they're not as powerful as the actual village that Stark came from.
Well,
because
also they
they're
don't have this whole,
disconnected.
they don't care about this whole like, oh, we're wearing white cloaks and we're doing this and that and we're
yeah,
like,
but the fact that the sword style is like, and that he recognizes like sort of what he must have gone through, you know, and then like kind of like, this isn't your village, don't worry about it. But it's the fact that like that there's some understanding there, you know what I mean? Like I love that sort of world building there, where it's sort of the way that he's behaving in this way, and the way that the children are taught in a similar in like a derivative sort of watered down version of the same kind of training that Stark's village had up until recently.
Well, I think it's
like,
that like they have like they're training the same techniques. They're just training in like a healthier and like not abusive
healthier
way.
Is subjective because his son died on the battlefield, you know.
Well, that could have had nothing to do with like the amount of training that he had. Stark's entire village got freaking destroyed, so
by a super powerful demon. They were fighting in a war, these guys.
Yeah. But the son died fighting the like head general of the army.
Yeah, so obviously he was strong. I'm not I don't know where you got this. Like I'm discounting the valor of these fictional characters. What I'm trying to say is, it's clear that they don't take it as seriously as Stark's village did because of the whole like the white cloak and everything, and the way he like kind of tries to calm him down, and the way he's much softer on Moot than Stark's dad was with Stark. You know, like the whole attitude around it is much more relaxed, and it's because they don't rely on it to live the same way that the people in the village do. And that is interesting because they come from the same root, and it's older, and there's a split in history. It shows sort of how they hold on to the cultural roots, but it's sort of they sort of follow that differently because of the different circumstances. But just that shared connection is very interesting, and how it and the way it subtly implies that whole history aspect to it. The way that he's behaving there.
I also feel bad for Moot. Like, imagine your brother dies, and then your dad just like brings in a guy that looks exactly like him to pretend to be him. Wouldn't that be like really messed up? Like, it's like the dad is already having a hard time with it, but like he's just a little kid.
Yeah. I love the thing of like, he'll be a stronger knight than me. You should tell him that. I do. And it's gone to his head. He's stopped trying and it's gone to his head.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
I do like that. That was really funny.
This is so good.
Just
what a
nice
good episode.
Dance scene, and then he's like, "Oh, you could just stay here." But
yeah, he like I love when he's watching him in the dance hall. It's clear that like the reason he could, you know, he still has an heir. It's not like they're super weak.
It's not like, oh,
it's like his son died valiantly in battle, killing the fucking enemy general or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, sacrificed his life, but he still has an heir. So it's not like.
Yeah, it's not like, oh no, the place is like totally falling apart.
Yeah.
Everything is ruined. There's no heir. We're like vulnerable.
Yeah. He still has an heir. So it is, I guess, a good idea if you have him. If you have a guy who looks exactly like your son with a scar on his eye, sort of like, you know, you can parade him around as if you killed the general and your son didn't die to everyone else. It would help, but I think that it wouldn't hurt that your son was like a martyr and like a super badass warrior, and that's a good story too. Yeah. So it doesn't weaken them that as much as he was implying at the beginning, because then we find out he has a son. So the more it goes, it becomes clear, and I like how going back to what I said about wanting more of it. It's like the fact that you don't need it, but I still want more, it means that it was good. And like the fact that you can see the build up to this sort of confrontation, and it's not this screaming, crying, like, it's just more of a somber, like, we both have lost something that can't be replaced, you know? Like that, and that's I think a more powerful message and a more powerful note to leave it on than just, you know, oh, come here and, you know, we can turn back the hands of time. I'll be your new family and you'll be my new son and everything's gonna be good. It's like the sadness of it is that you can't do that, and it wouldn't be worth it. And like it's a nice idea, but it's this kind of bittersweet thing of like, you know, we spent this time together. He helped him kind of cope with his son's death by seeing him dance one more time in a way, and the fact that the show didn't fully like set up that that's what's happening like verbally, you know, until this last moment, but it became clear if you were kind of thinking about it that like, you know, there's another reason he's doing this, because it doesn't hurt the country that much, you know, strength wise, to have the son be killed or be, you know, die in battle valiantly in battle. So there must be another reason. It's because and it's a simple reason. It's just that he misses his son, and he's being cold, and he's mourning in his own way, and he's just kind of, you know, like I said, sort of bathing in that sentimentality a little bit, and I think it works really well. I think this whole part of the episode was so good.
Yeah, I really liked it.
And a part of me was thinking like, oh well, maybe after it's all over, he could go back there, and then I'm like, oh yeah, Eisen's still alive. Like I keep thinking that Eisen died.
I know. Well, he keeps talking like he's gonna die any second.
He's been talking like he's gonna die. I mean, maybe that's like his trauma, but he's been talking like he's gonna die since he was with Frieren. Like
80 years ago.
Yeah, like, and he's probably getting up there in years, but he's a dwarf, and dwarfs live a long time, not as long as elves, but still, you know, if we're going with Tolkien style canon here, they live a long time, a few hundreds of years. So, yeah, I don't know, like, maybe if Eisen dies and you know, he can't return back to that cave, then he could come here, and, you know, if his family's not, I mean, unless a part of his family's alive, we don't know exactly what happened after he ran. But yeah, maybe there's a world where he can come back here, but probably not.
No.
But probably not, and I think that's better. I like this. I didn't notice the painting of the dead son in the background.
It's like some like distant like relative.
I mean, it's like, a memory.
Oh, it's like, oh, you can come visit me anytime, and it's like, oh yeah, sure, we'll come visit you.
Yeah, exactly.
Never does, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Good episode.
Yeah, it was really nice. Another great Frieren episode. What, you know?
Oh, and I also want to say, when the way the scene is set up and they're talking, and then we see this interaction where he said something, you know, he said he never wanted to see him again over some bullshit. I wonder what it was, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day, and that's part of it, is that it's sad, but it doesn't matter, because what matters is what he said to him. What matters is not the weird bullshit that they were arguing about.
Yeah.
But they set that up, and it's like, okay, the mirror here is like father and son. So then this is the father and son on the father's side. And then it's like, oh, Stark and his dad. Yeah, they didn't have the best relationship. Are we going to find out something that he said to him before everything went down? Nope. It was Eisen, because, you know.
Yeah.
And and then it's just like, oh no, right. Like,
well,
their relationship was way stronger, father, son. And it's like, yeah, that, I don't know, something about that was more like that. Just that it wasn't a big surprise, because like we knew that, but it was like the way it's all focused on the family, and the way it's all focused on the warrior village and their shared bloodline. It's like you're gonna think about, oh, is he gonna start talking about his older brother, or is he gonna talk about his dad? No, he talks about Eisen, because he raised him, and that's what's important, and that makes me really happy. And it reminds me of when they got ice cream, and then he put his hand on his shoulder. It was really sad.
Yeah.
I love this shit.
Me too.
Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.